1.7 and what's left. So that means form builder and checkout V2. I played around with both, found some things that I think Dennis addressed. So yeah, Dennis, what's the status of? I guess you're the one that knows the most about these two.
Yeah, there's still one point of your recent comment that I need to address, and this is the top-up invoice QR code. I'll take care of that right after this call, and afterwards, I think the PR is done, and yeah, then it.
The test doesn't pass, by the way, right now.
Yeah, I'm on that as well. Yeah, I'll get it in a shippable form later today. Other than that, I think we might want to test this one and the form builder stuff integrated. I don't know whether or not someone has run both of those PRs integrated yet. That was my only concern with the comment.
I understand, the form builder is built on top of the checkout one.
No. This is what we initially planned, but the first iteration of checkout V2 is already part of that. But the things I did in the fine-tuning PR aren't already integrated into what Cooks is working on. And this was my only concern in the comment I left on MetaMost, where I said we shouldn't rush things. So as long as we have tested them in an integrated fashion, I'm okay with shipping version 1.7.
Will we be able to do that by tomorrow? Because that's the date we agreed on.
We ship tomorrow?
Yeah, it's a perfect Thanksgiving day for our US friends. So. I mean, it aligns very nicely with having a community call on Friday, so we can talk about things, invite people to join us on Twitter Spaces, and then just ship this. For you, Nico, just these two, they need to be merged when Dennis fixes what's left for the checkout V2. Form builder seems pretty solid to me. Cooks removed some of the complexities there as well. So
there is this checkout V2 fine-tuning one.
Yeah.
And the form builder one.
Yeah, correct.
Come on, like 1,500 line of code to review from Cooks.
Come on, that's not much. That's not bad.
Oh, shit. Okay.
It used to be worse. Come on, that's not the worst thing we ever had. So basically, form builder is integrated within the apps. So point of sale, payment requests, and I think that's it. Dennis, is there another app that integrated form builder?
I need to take a closer look. I don't know that because Cooks pushed a bunch of stuff today, and I haven't taken a look at that yet.
Okay, I guess I was the last one that tested it. So basically, we added a hard-coded, in a way, form, which is just requesting buyer information on the checkout. So if somebody's using point-of-sale app, they can select request buyer address, and then they will get this form that they will fill in, pay the invoice, and then they can fulfill the order. Same goes with the payment request.
Yeah, the PR seems pretty big, but well.
Well, yeah, it I don't know. I think Cooks removed it from the invoice itself, so it's actually a pretty simplified version of what we had just a day ago. So.
Okay. Well, okay. I take a look tomorrow, but yeah, I will need some help to pass around that. But like what I fear a bit is that if we have like some observation on this PR and Cooks is not around, then it might delay the release.
Yeah, so let's say that we are aiming to do a release tomorrow morning. We will gather our morning hour time, meaning that you'll probably review all this stuff by the time we wake up. And then we'll see how we are. As Dennis said, I think both of these PRs need to be tested together. So we haven't done that yet. So that will be like the biggest blocker. If we encounter some big bugs and things, we can probably, delay it for a day. But yeah. Yeah, so just those two. I guess other things, I'm not aware that there is anything urgently needed. Well, except updates. What's new? That one we will merge the last one because it has a link check that is failing because there is no blog post yet. 4309.
Okay, I will need as well probably to take a look at the change log. I think there has been a bunch of things this week, so I guess some stuff are missing. But yeah,
I kept it current, so it's
okay.
It's up to what has been on master yesterday evening. I'll take care of.
I was expecting to be bigger, like the change log though. Okay.
It's quite impressive. I mean, there are multiple items which also have 2 PRs attached to them, and so on.
Okay. I reviewed that as well.
One thing I came across when I started to test the top-up invoice thing you mentioned, Pav, is that you can create a 0 amount invoice by not filling in anything into the amount field. But if you put a 0 in there, the invoice gets paid immediately. So you land on the invoice detail page and don't have the option to go to the checkout, but you see a settled invoice and can open the receipt.
So this is expected, and I thought it was not working anymore because there is a PR from Cooks that was still open and that we forever and that we never merged. Fix.
So the use case there is that when there is no amount, it is amountless invoice. But when there is a 0, that means that the value of the invoice is 0, meaning free.
It's on purpose. It's on purpose, and I was surprised that it works because I sent a PR there that has been done by Cooks. You need to come back on this. Like I don't know like what he's doing on this, but yeah, I was just complaining about the code last time because he was like it's not serving it in a proper way. I was not expecting it to work actually. Yeah.
Shouldn't we make this this case more explicit? Because to me it was totally unexpected.
Why would it be unexpected? Because technically, like you make a 0 invoice, you pay it immediately.
Yeah, sure, but that those 2 cases of not putting any amount and then 0 amount, this felt unexpected.
Yep. Yeah. The top-up invoice, I think it's mentioned in the API, but in the UI we don't show it anywhere.
Also, which payment methods should be available for top-up invoices? Is it only LNURL, or are those payable with on-chain or Lightning as well?
Yeah, on-chain is possible, LNURL is possible. The only thing that is not possible is Bolt 11. Because Bolt 11, you need to know the amount to show the QR code, and
not really.
That's not correct. There are 0 amount invoices in Bolt 11, but there were some security concerns like a while back that got addressed now, and like everybody's using Bolt 11 0 amount invoices these days. So I'm not really sure why we even have LNURL for this. We can just use Bolt 11.
I didn't know about it because so the reason why there is a LNURL was because of Bolt. We were expecting it was not possible. So maybe we should tell that to Cooks. I don't see the point of LNURL, to be honest, anymore.
Yeah, me neither. Completely obsoleted by Bolt 11 zero mount, provided that the security concerns were all addressed, which I was told multiple times that they are. So it would also allow us better handling of a unified QR code. So I don't know why we.
I think for the general invoice case, okay, they might be obsoleted. Nevertheless, the use cases for LN URL in general are still there. For instance, the whole Lightning address thing, or requesting an invoice without having the merchant to provide it.
I mean, there is definitely use case, but not in the invoice, as you said. So
Yeah,
as a payment
I agree.
method.
Yeah.
And I think even Fiat Jeff mentioned this to us.
Yeah.
Why do you even have this?
I think in this case you should not even do LN URL in the V2, like just Bolt zero amount should be fine. But I don't know how we support that or not.
Yeah,
but maybe if it's too hard for like the release, I guess we can address that on a small release after.
We already excluded LN URL from checkout V2 with the first PR.
Okay.
Hey team, just a quick question. What's the use case behind allowing the user to issue a zero amount invoice over Lightning?
So like when cooked, so it was Cooks that did this feature of the zero amount invoice, and the use case was when the merchant want to give some free stuff. If I understood, like the user click on a button. Okay, like imagine for example you have your store or your store on WooCommerce, and then you want to order an item, and the price of this item is zero. So to keep the same flow, basically, the user say proceed to payment to BTCPay server. It sent to BTCPay server. It's automatically paid, and then you can come back to on the merchant website.
Got it.
So there are two things. Zero amount implemented into Bolt 11 means that the user who is paying the invoice can determine the amount they want to pay. So if you have as a merchant, then you as a user could simply send $10, $5, $6 to me, and I would accept that invoice is paid. So it is up to customer to do the amount. What we did with our thing called zero amount invoices is basically what Nicolas explained. So use case there is that we are giving away a free item. For example, you are giving away a free ticket for an event and using BTCPay Server. And you can generate this invoice. People fill in their email. You just send them immediately. I was never a big fan of this, but apparently some people are using the point of sale for that. I always found it very confusing, especially with regards to the naming of zero amount invoices in Bolt 11. But yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah, thanks for the.
This feature of zero amount invoice as well is like happened before Bolt 11 zero amount. So before
it was around the same time. It was just that Bolt 11 zero amount had some security concerns, so we did not want it implemented, as far as I remember. Maybe I'm wrong as well. So I guess we can then explore adding zero amount Bolt 11 in one of the next releases. Not now. Let's now scope things down, get it shipped the way it is. It's an opt-in feature. I'm sure we'll get a bunch of valuable feedback along the way. I'm also experimenting with people copying strings manually. So for the unified QR code, Bitcoin design community is helping me test which wallets support BIP21 with Bolt 11, basically. So
there was another question I had about those kind of when we copy the destination where we want to send. So right now in our current checkout, we can copy the amount or the address separately. And if I understand, in this new one, basically you copy a URL. If I understood correctly,
you can click on the QR code, and this copies either the address or the full BIP21 URL, depending on which which option you have activated.
So this is interesting because like I think like depending on the way it's presented, it will also help for a pay join, because like lot of almost people that use pay join in general either don't scan or don't click on the payment button or on the open with wallet, and instead copy paste the address separately. And when they do this, they don't use pay join. So if you said like when we click on the QR code, it copy like the BIP21, I think it will kind of help a bit.
This was part of the recent commits I did today, because Pav noticed this when testing. So I added it. And for the amount and so on, you can copy the individual values like amount and so on by just clicking on it.
Okay.
Well, yeah, for page join, we probably need to log this as a issue for one of the next releases. Definitely, I'm not sure how.
I think it's. I don't think he has to do anything. I think it's already there.
Right.
Is it already there?
Yes. If pay join is enabled, the BIP21 URL also contains the pay join parts, and this is part of the QR code, and so also the string you copy.
Okay, we just have to pray that wallets properly implemented BIP21. Otherwise, we go into a campaign like we did with uppercase back to 32, I guess.
Yeah, right. But this is actually a very good thing, because now they have an incentive to do so, and we support it as an opt-in feature. And so if something breaks, merchants can always go back to the previous version and until we ship another release.
Yeah, agreed. Our wallet also supports this, by the way. So we just have a weird way in the UX. We have like a paste BIP21 URL. I guess most users would just paste it into address field, but maybe we can just.
It's to be honest, it's a very big problem. Like there is no wallet that properly show like how do copy paste a BIP21 in a wallet. Like all wallets in general just show like address and amount. That's the main reason why pay join is not used, is that it's. I don't know the good idea.
That's why it would actually make sense to not call this field address or but destination or something like that, because then you can throw at it whatever you want, and it's up to the wallet to decipher it.
Yep. We might like launch a destruct on this subject. Might be a crazy idea.
I hope Bas is taking notes on these tasks, because these are all good ideas for next releases.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't have anything else on my end. There is a bunch of things that we can discuss, but let's leave that for after 1.7. There are a bunch of tasks that we need to do. It would be good if we can get things in tomorrow, so that, for example, Petzsch and whoever else wants to help with testing it can deploy, play around. We can test things on few wallets just to see how things work. So let's try to get it shipped. It's not a must for tomorrow, but it would be nice. Otherwise, let's do it on Friday for sure.
Okay, so for the top-up invoice case, it's just Bitcoin on-chain as a payment method, and this is the way I'll fix it for the release. Okay, good. Then I'll do my best to get this in as soon as possible, and so that Nicolas can review the PR one last time tomorrow morning, and yeah.
Last thing I just asked in the PR, like like you're starting to change like the JS file, just one or two lines, just that we check on something online that it's nothing like compromised. And I gave you the link of the test, so you just have to copy paste. And,
I'll do.
It's quite easy.
Thanks.
Yeah. So one last thing. after 1.7, Bas and I actually had a chat. It would be very nice if we can just focus on small things, cleaning things up, so that we don't have Dennis coding during Christmas like last year. So by the end of the year, it would be nice to come together, fix these small things as they come, and clear like smaller tasks, and also plan things out for the next year in terms of features and how we want to do things. So let's not ship a major version this year after 1.7 is what I'm trying
Don't
to
stop
say.
me now.
We are gonna stop you now, Dennis. It's enough.
Yeah, but we can chat. I'll schedule maybe a call for next week as well, just so that we are
Yeah,
aligned on
maybe
what
we
needs to be
should
done.
just sit down with everybody in one, see also if we can get Destruct in the same call, and then see what the input is from everybody, and we'll take it on, and we'll schedule it all out for the coming period.
Yeah, good idea. Let's do that.
Awesome.
Okay, Emperor, good night, I guess, for you and for the rest of us. I guess have a good evening, guys. Watch some World Cup, hopefully.
Yeah, and congrats on winning that game.
I did not even know before you told me, so. See you.
Awesome. See you. Bye
See you
bye.
guys.
Cheers.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
See you, everyone. Bye.
For too long, we've relied on trusted third parties to process digital payments. The world is changing, and so are your customers. As cash payments decrease, digital payments become the standard. But existing apps charge transaction fees and lack privacy. BTCPay is a Bitcoin payment platform. It gives control over your business back to you, helping people achieve financial freedom with donations, payments, and more. Help your family and onboard your friends. Use BTCPay to host multiple stores and become a payment platform of your own. While the world changes around you, stay in control of your finances. It's simple to use, censorship resistant, and completely free. This is more than a payment platform. It's transforming digital payments as fast as the world around us.